Hello, my name is Jason JROCK Houston, and this interview is being done tonight for Riffs Magazine at www.chaoticriffs.com. And tonight we're speaking with Sammy DeJohn. And Sammy, you are, of course, the lead singer from a classic metal band, Ruthless, and you guys are coming back out after about 30 years of no new music. So, how you doing tonight?
We're doing really good. I'm just kind of relaxing. we had a pretty big show we played this last weekend at NAMM weekend. We played NAMM Friday, and the show was really great. I mean, we filmed a video, which is hopefully going to be released as a DVD, live DVD later on in the year and stuff. And just got a lot of things happening right now.
Oh, that's cool. Now, so the show you guys did at NAMM, was that mostly for industry people, or did a lot of fans get to come and check the band out as well?
That was kind of more for fans. It was a lot of industry people there too, but and they're always going to be when it's a NAMM weekend. They're going to be filtering in and out. But no, it was a lot for our fans too, because we don't play a lot of local shows.
Yeah, and I'm really glad getting a chance to talk to you, Sammy, because I got to tell you, until your publicist Chip, sent me the information about your guys' new CD and that. I never knew nothing about the band, and then of course, in doing research about the band and reading the stuff he sent me about you guys, it's kind of interesting because he sent me an advance copy of your new CD coming out this week called They Rise, and to me, know nothing about the band. I put the CD on, listened to it from start to finish, and it's just really great classic metal. I mean, I hear elements of Sabbath and Iron Maiden and Judas Priest, and I think this is a great way to reintroduce the band. So I'm glad you guys are, putting out new music as well as just reforming the band.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we're really excited about it too, man. I mean, and it's like when we first decided to get back together with Kenny and I. We're the two original members left in the band, and when we decided we were just going to write some tunes. We weren't even going to call it Ruthless. And then we had some guys come in. His brother Mark plays bass for us now, and we had a drummer Jason. We had Jason come down, and it just clicked. So we said, all right, let's call Dave in and see what he thinks, and it just clicked, and we decided let's go for it, and everything's been great since. This is the best lineup that this band has ever had, and I think the most talented lineup this band has ever had.
And let me ask you, because like you're saying, initially when you and Kenny reconnected, you guys just wanted to go in the studio and record some new tunes. Now, once you guys got in the studio and started recording and writing, did it just kind of seem like, no matter what we call this, it still sounds like Ruthless. Let's just carry on with the band, get the band back together?
Well, you know what? It's just that we just decided we didn't know what we wanted to do. Basically, it just happened, and when it started sounding, it clicked and everything. Like I said, and it's Ruthless. It's Ruthless.
Yeah,
no matter what you do, it's Ruthless. It's got the Ruthless sound. And yes, we do have our influences, Priest, Maiden, Accept, Saxon. Those are all of our Black Sabbath. Those are all influences on us. But it is Ruthless music, and that's where we've been since the beginning. So there was no hesitation once we started writing and calling it Ruthless.
And again, like I said, Sam, you're talking to a guy who knows nothing about the history of a band until I just started researching you guys in preparation for an interview we're doing right now, and what I'm really impresses me about the band is, again, we're talking in 2015. You guys haven't released any new music in almost 30 years, and you could have done what a lot of bands do. And you know what? Ruthless is coming back. We're going to put out a modern sounding album, but you guys are put on like a classic metal, full blown on, pretty much. I'm guessing picking up right where you guys left off 30 years ago.
Well, that's the whole difference in what we wanted to do. We didn't want to sound like we wanted a little bit of a modern sound to it, but we wanted that Ruthless sound because we do have a lot of old fans out there, and we wanted the newer fans to know what we sounded like. We didn't want them to put on Metal Without Mercy and then put on They Rise and go, wow, it's two different bands. It's the same band, and that's what we want everybody to know. And Ruthless is Ruthless.
Yeah, now I was reading in the press release for the new CD, They Rise. Basically, They Rise is 9 new songs, and people are also getting, we were talking about earlier about your original EP, Metal Without Mercy. So it's got that those 4 tracks included there. And then I also read you guys are re-releasing that EP, I guess on your new label, but it's going to have 6 bonus tracks. Can you talk a little bit about that?
No, I don't think they're going to do the 6 bonus tracks thing. I haven't seen anything on that unless they're they're doing something I don't know about. But no, the 5 tracks, the Metal Without Mercy 5 tracks. Yeah, they have attached it with the They Rise CD. It's kind of a way for the older fans to get the CD if they never got it before.
Yeah, that's a cool.
It's a way for newer fans to kind of connect with the past and the present.
Yeah, I mean that's a great thing, a great concept, and I think the cool thing about that is, people are getting new music, as well as stuff that may have been out of print for a while. Now,
Exactly.
Now let me ask you, 30 years ago, I guess around 1990, when you guys decided to, call it a day, did Ruthless kind of just, did the band kind of just fall apart and go away and disappear, or what led you guys to break the band up at that time?
Well, we'd had several lineup changes in like a 2-year period, and it was just kind of getting tiring for me and Kenny and the original bass player Jack. It was just kind of getting tiring for us. Plus, we were kind of drifting apart musically. I was getting more into the thrash metal scene, and it was kind of just a mutual thing that it's time to call it quits and just go our separate ways. But we all remained friends. It wasn't no big, I hate you type thing, screw you type thing. No, it was a mutual thing.
And did you stay in touch with the other guys through the years, or like when you and Kenny recently reunited to start recording these new tunes? Was that the first time you'd seen them in a long time?
No. We put a version of the band together back in '08 to play the Keep It True Festival in Germany. And the promoter Oliver had asked us if we would come and play the festival, and we did, and we played a few other shows. In fact, Jim Durkin from Dark Angel was in the band with us, was jamming with us, and it just wasn't just wasn't the right thing and the right time for the band. So we did a few shows and kind of went our separate ways on that. But this lineup here is just Kenny. Well, as far as Kenny and I have been friends, and ever since the first time we met, we've never really stopped talking to each other.
Okay, and as far as the new CD, They Rise, these tunes on the CD, I was curious, is this old material that's been laying around for a while, just waiting for a home, or is this stuff freshly written from the sessions when you and him first got back together?
This is all fresh. This is all 5 of us actually writing. That's what I like. Another thing I like about this lineup is that everybody has an input. It's not just my song and Kenny's song. It's everybody's song. And when you look at the credits and everything, it says Ruthless. It doesn't say Sammy D or Kenny McGee. It just says Ruthless, and that's what it is. We're all participating in the writing of this, and in fact, we're already starting to write for another CD.
Oh, that's really cool, because a lot of bands, they fall apart for silly reasons. The fact that 1 or 2 of the guys are doing all the writing, the other guys feel that they don't get to contribute or bring their influence to the band. So I think that's really a smart thing you guys are doing there.
Yeah, we feel that if you're playing on it, you might as well have an input on it too. If you don't want to, that's cool. But these guys, all the guys in this lineup, like I said, they're very into what we're doing, and they want to have an input. So why not give it to them?
Yeah, and so all these years you guys have kind of been on hiatus or break, whatever you want to call it, Sammy. What were you doing during that downtime?
Well, when Ruthless was breaking up back then, I had already started to put another band together. I had a thrash metal band that I called Malicious, and we did a little bit of playing around. We didn't go outside of the U.S., but we did like the West Coast and off of music. I really didn't want to do anything for a while. For about 6 years, I think it was, I didn't do anything. And then I started to get back into wanting to play again, started writing and stuff, and I put together another band, and then Kenny and I started talking, and he wanted to get into it, so we put together a band called Starred, which is it's a local band. They're still around, in fact. The other guitar player, who's another original member, John Toscano, is the only original member left in that band. But that's basically what we've been doing. Was just little things here and there.
And so with both,
really quit playing.
And so with both those bands, still being part of both those bands, is that going to be hard thing to juggle the schedules with both bands?
No, we're not in those bands anymore.
Oh, okay.
Malicious broke up back in '93.
Right. Oh, okay.
And Scarred has got they're doing their own thing. And Kenny and I are just doing Ruthless, and that's it. Ruthless has got all of our attention.
Oh, that's great. Now, this show you guys did a couple nights ago, you said at NAMM. What was that like? I mean, like you said, you got a really great response, but I mean, were there people there that had actually heard of the band before? Were a lot of people just finding out about you guys?
Oh yeah, no, we had a lot of people that were new, but we had a lot of fans there too. I mean, you look out over the crowd, and there was 100 Ruthless shirts, if not more. It's a small place, but I mean, everywhere you look, somebody was wearing a Ruthless shirt, and it was cool. And there was a lot of fans that were singing the lyrics. So I knew that we had quite a few people there that have known the band for a long time.
And so, on that note, I got to ask you, people came up and actually talked to you and commented, especially the older fans, how they reacting to the new tunes?
Oh, they love it.
Yeah,
they love them. They've been asking. We have been having people hound us, asking us when the CD's coming out. Because we've been playing. We played a few shows, and we played some of the songs live, and they've heard them, and they said, "When is it coming out?" It's great, great new tunes and stuff. And the older fans, as much as the newer fans, are really loving it. And
I gotta say, I really, somebody just discovering the band, I really love the CD from start to finish. Only real complaint I had was, I wish it was more of a, well, I mean, again, you guys are giving us 14 tracks, the original EP and the new tunes. Only real complaint, I said, wish it would have been cool if it could have had a few more tunes. But you guys are, just with the 14 tunes on there, that you're giving your audience, something a little extra and special. And I always love it when, bands do that.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It's like I said, we're very happy with it, and we feel that anybody that listens to it's going to like it. That's how strong we believe in that CD.
And so I see you guys are signed with Pure Steel Records. They're pretty pretty great label from what I've seen. How did you hook up with them?
Well, we had a couple tracks that we'd recorded, and we were working with we worked with Bill Matoyer, who's he's a legend in the industry, and we were working with him. We had a couple tracks together, and we sent them to our manager Sean from Eddie's Mates Management. We sent the tracks to him, and he said that he knew a couple people at a few record labels, and he sent it to Pure Steel, and they loved them, and we hooked up with them right away. There was no talking to anybody else. We liked what we heard from them. They liked what they heard from us, and it kind of was a match made right there.
And what I love, I even love album artwork. I mean that's going back to days of when I grew up, and artwork was just as big as of packaging as the music itself. Who designed the album cover? It's pretty cool looking.
Oh, jeez, you're asking me a question. I can't pronounce the guy's name.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well, but it was nobody within in the band, because I know a lot of times the band.
No.
Yeah.
And I feel bad that I can't pronounce his name right. I don't want to pronounce it wrong.
I understand. Well,
on an interview like this,
yeah.
But he's a very good artist. He designed a re-release that we had quite a few years ago of Metal Without Mercy, and he put the design on that, and he's done this one, and he did a fantastic job with it. And I'll have him do the next one too.
Okay, and now talking tour wise, you did the show at the NAMM, and you said you've done a few local shows. But do you guys have any? I read that you're going to do some festival, but do you have any plans like for a major tour? Or is your hope to kind of get on as an opening act with a major tour?
Oh, that's what we're going for. That's our goal. And right now, we've got a booking agent that's working on a few things, and can't say anything yet.
Nothing's confirmed yet.
That is going to happen, and we are playing. We have one festival that we have announced, the HOA Festival, Headbangers Open Air in Germany. But we have a few other festivals that we're interested in too.
Yeah, and you know, Ruthless. I love the name of the band. I mean, it's really it's simple, but it kind of says it all. I mean, I was kind of curious how you guys came up with that. It's just a matter of it. The music is ruthless and aggressive and in your face.
Well, what it was is Kenny and Jack and I were putting a band together, okay, and we wanted to make it a 2-guitar player band, so we were looking for another guitar player and a drummer. Well, the original drummer, Todd Billings, he called me up on an ad that I had in a local magazine back then, and he called me up and said, "Hey, look, I've got a guitar player. Can we both come down together?" And I said, "Sure." So they came down and they hit it off, and they had a band name. They'd already had the band name Ruthless, and they had a sign made and everything, you know, like a neon sign, which was pretty cool back in, you know, the early '80s and stuff. And we really didn't know if we wanted to use that name or not still. So we each thought of a bunch of names. We threw them in a hat basically, and that name just kept coming up, and that's how we got the name. We went for it, and it means, you know, without mercy. That's basically where Metal Without Mercy came from.
Oh, cool! Wow. And so I was curious, Sammy. You know, growing up, who are your heroes as far as you know, musicians or singers that influenced you to do what you're doing?
My first one, the one that really got me into it was Ian Gillan.
Oh, okay.
Ian Gillan's he's my total idol. Ian Gillan, Ronnie Dio.
Yeah, wow.
Rob Halford.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean,
I love them all.
I mean, I could see, especially like Ian Gillan. I mean, it's amazing that he's as old as he is. He's still doing it to these days, and you know, he can still hit those high notes. It's just amazing.
Oh yeah, he's still great. He's still great. The first time I heard him hit some notes it was on Child in Time, I think it was.
Yeah.
I heard, and when I heard the high notes on that, I was going, you know what? I've got to learn this guy's style, you know, or do something, and I just started training my voice more toward that style of music.
And then also, you know, I was reading in this press release about the new album. It's saying that as far as you're concerned, well, it says that you on the new album sing in a higher voice than what you were previously known to. So, being that, you know, this is the band's first album of new music, like in 30 years, I was curious, how have you kept your voice in shape so well, and how are you singing, you know, at such higher, you know, that much higher range than you were known for?
Well, I've always had a high range. I just never used it back then. I use it every once in a while. You'll hear it on like the beginning of Gates of Hell. You'll hear it, but I have always kept myself, tried to keep myself in pretty decent shape. And as far as my vocals go and everything, and I don't smoke anything. I stopped drinking the hard alcohols a long time ago. When I want to drink, I drink a few beers, and that's it.
And it sounds like you're saying, you know, in your mind that this is the best lineup the band's had. So, with that being said, and with all that's going on with you guys, with the new CD coming out, and hopefully some more tour dates, it sounds like you finally got a band, and a band where you guys all get along, and that's got to make for a great feeling.
Oh yeah, it is. It's a fantastic feeling, and we just, every time something comes along like yourself wanting to do an interview with me tonight, I was thrilled about this. I couldn't wait to call you. It's like we're just happy about the way everything's going and the reaction that we're getting from the reviews and the interviews and everything else. And the CD is not even going to be released until a couple more days. And I'm really excited about it. You know, it's like, geez, it's how much more can you ask?
Yeah, and Sammy, I got to ask because, you know, things have changed quite drastically, you know, this thing called the music business since you last, you know, we're doing this. I mean, talking about the internet, and I mean, back in the day when, you know, Ruthless was still going, they had things like, you know, Hit Parader, Metal Edge, and Circus Magazine.
Yeah.
Those have all, you know, died out, and now everything's online. What do you think about, you know, the way things are done now?
Well, it's just modernized. You know, it's just you know, every year something new comes out that you can use to communicate with people. And as far as the internet goes, that's the best way to get kids' attention, because the kids are always on the internet, and that's the best way to do it. And I enjoy it myself. I'm always on the internet. I'm always looking at new bands and everything else. So that's how I discover new bands.
Yeah, you know, and I got to tell you, I'm all with you. Like even just talking to you right now, I'm really enjoying it because, like I said, you know, I got a chance to listen to CD, knowing nothing about the band. You know, I thought, you know, in preparation to knowing that I was going to talk to you tonight, like, I got to at least give the CD you know, a fair listen. I'm not just going to do like some people listen to one or two tracks. I want to listen to the whole thing, and that way I can give an honest, you know, opinion. And the cool thing is, like, when I talk to guys like you, I'm doing it not as a critic. I'm doing it more from a standpoint of a music fan, and it's cool to me because I get to talk to guys like you, get to ask you know, I'm a fan, and I get to ask questions, you know, that other people might not ask, and you know, it's as much fun to me as, you know, it's probably as much as you're enjoying it, and I'm enjoying talking to you, you know, and that's the cool thing about the internet to me.
Me too, brother. Me too, and I appreciate it, and I thank you very much. And it is a big thing to me to talk to somebody that's more of a fan of music than to just talking to a critic, and because the fans are the ones that are going to get the music out there for you.
Yeah, see the way I look at it, you know, I'm not really into like trash. And I mean, you're talking to a guy here who's not even a musician, so the fact that you can, you know, sing and write these songs, and you got some level of talent, I got respect for, you know, a guy that does what you do. And so, you know, I don't feel that if I listen to CD and I don't like it, but I don't have to trash it. I'm more about, you know what, I listen to this band Ruthless and their new CD. I dig it, and I dig the fact that I can turn up other people on to, you know, what you guys are doing.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. It's like I said, it's a refreshing thing when I talk to a person like yourself that is there to not just say yay or nay on something, you know, and you're there to really truly listen to the music. And if you like it, you like it, and if you don't, you don't. You just happen to like it, and I'm very grateful you do.
Yeah, and you know, you can't please everybody, but for the people that, you know, dig what you guys are doing, and I think it's cool that you still got your hardcore fans that have, you know, been waiting 30 years for a new Ruthless album, that they're just digging it just as much as the new fans.
Oh yeah, and it's the response we've had here with fans. It's making me really even more excited. In fact, the whole band's making us even more excited to get out to Europe and to Canada and South America, because we know we've got a lot of fans there too, and to be able to reconnect with all of them is going to be awesome.
And I imagine, you know, just internet-wise, you must be getting emails and stuff from people from all around the world, places the band hasn't ever performed. So I imagine the hope is to get to some of those places that the band has never hit before.
Oh, I hope so. I did an interview with a guy from Russia the other day.
Oh wow!
and that was pretty cool. I mean, because to know that we've reached Russia, which is really cool.
Yeah, I mean that must be mind-boggling. You know,
but we do have fans. We do have fans. But yes, there is places I want to go to. I've never been to Brazil. I want to go to Brazil. I mean, got a lot of friends there. I'd love to. There's quite a few European countries that we haven't been to yet that I'd love to go to.
Yeah, I mean that must be mind-boggling. Talking to a guy in Russia, all the way to the other side of the world, thinking my little band from Los Angeles. I'm talking to a guy on the other side of the world that's actually sitting there listening to our new CD. That's just gotta boggle your mind.
It does. It does. It makes me feel like, wow, I really have accomplished something in my life.
We reached.
I mean, I've done something that people like, and it makes me feel good.
And it just goes to prove that music really is the universal language. I mean, the fact that you could reach somebody, and we're not even talking a band like no offense, but we're not even talking a band like Aerosmith that's known known worldwide. But the fact that your little band from Los Angeles, somebody's listening to in Russia right now, I mean that's a pretty cool thing.
That's a very cool thing.
Yeah,
it's a very cool thing. There's not much else I can say to that. It's awesome.
And then I was curious, have you guys ever played Japan? Because
No, we haven't. I don't mean to interrupt you, but no, we've never played Japan. But that's another place we really want to go to too. Dave Watson, the guitar player, he's been there several times. He played there once. Yeah. And he's got a lot of friends there and stuff. And he told us we're going to let it when we go there. And that's one of the places we do want to go.
Yeah, because people tell me, a lot of the European fans and even Japanese fans, they got a real love for this kind of metal music. A lot of times more than an American audience, because like even Japan, they say a lot of times they don't even speak the language, but they're singing right along in their in their home language, of Japanese. They're singing all the words right along, and that again shows you the power of music. Somebody doesn't even speak English, and they're singing the tunes right along with the band.
Well, what's cool is that they'll sing it. They may not be able to talk English, but they'll sing it in English.
Yeah.
It's the best that they can, and I think it's great.
Yeah.
I love it when I get out on stage and you see people out there singing your lyrics. Like when we did play that Keep It True festival a few years ago, and we've got all these people out there, and we hit the stage, and all you do is, if you see a video of it, there is a video of Keep It True festival that we went to, that we played on, and if you do see the video of it, you'll see a grin on my face through the whole set. And it's because these people are singing. I'm not even hardly singing the songs.
Yeah.
These people are singing the lyrics.
Wow.
It's fantastic.
Wow. And so you mentioned earlier that you guys are already writing tunes for the next album. I was curious, in recording this album, They Rise, did you guys pretty much just have those going with those 9 songs, or were there any tracks left over that didn't make it onto this album?
We had a few other tracks that we had written, but we just didn't feel that they were worth going on a CD. We don't even. In fact, we kind of throw them out. We do that a lot. We'll start writing a song, and we might keep it around for a month or so, and it just doesn't hit us right. We'll throw it out. But the 9 tunes, we went in there with those 9 tunes, with the intent of having those 9 tunes down.
And I was curious, as far as that goes, do you guys have, I'll refer to like a ruthless vault of unreleased songs that you may revisit later, maybe when you go do the next album and see if you can come up with a better way to arrange a song or something like that?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of songs from back then and stuff, but we want to start fresh with everything. Everything we write is fresh, and that's what we want to keep it.
And as far as
I don't want anybody to come in and say, well, I've heard that song a long time ago. You guys just redid it. I want them to say, wow, that's a great song. When did you guys come up with that?
Yeah. So I was curious. Doing the show at NAMM a couple days ago, what was that like? As far as I guess that was kind of a relaunch of Ruthless for you. It's been 30 years since there's been any new music. I mean, what a way to relaunch the band, huh?
Yeah, well, like I said, we played a few shows around. We played the first show that we played at all was we played a small place in Vegas. It was called the Cheyenne Saloon. I don't know what it's called now. It's changed. We played there with some friends. We went and we did the opening slot, and the people that were there didn't even know we were going to play, and we just went
And I feel sorry for any band that has to come on stage after you guys, for a simple fact that even just listening to the new CD. I mean, 9 new studio tracks. I mean, just on the record, you guys come across as aggressive, full-blown metal. I can only imagine how aggressive you guys sound live.
Well, I hope you get to see a show because we are, as we like to put it, we are nonstop perpetual motion the whole time. We're just in your face, and the way that a metal band should be, and we feel that the fans come in to see a show, we're going to give them a show.
And I was curious, as far as the recording of this new CD, did you guys do it the modern way, where everybody kind of records their parts separately, or did you record as a live band where everybody's in the same room together?
Well, they did the music tracks. They did all the tracks. The drum tracks were laid down with everybody. I was in the control room with Bill, and I was just if they needed me to sing, I would go ahead and sing. But the drum tracks were the only thing where everybody played together. After that, it was just building it piece by piece.
Okay, and I was curious. So once you guys finished recording and you had the final, mixed CD in your hand, what was that like listening back to it for the very first time? How pleased were you with the final product?
Well, from listening to it, like I said, from the beginning when we started, as it would build and everything, we listened to the way the drum tracks were, and then we'd listen to as the guitars were laid down and everything, and then the vocals and stuff, and from listening to it as it built all the way to when we got the final mix of it, it was awesome. It was awesome. I mean, it's like, geez, it came out a hell of a lot better than we thought it would.
Wow. Well, and like I said, you're talking to a guy who knew nothing about Ruthless before listening to this new CD, and you got a new fan. I mean, I want to now go back and check out the older stuff. So I'm really rooting for you guys, and if you guys ever come around LA, I plan to come to a show. But it's really been great talking to you, Sammy. Before I let you go, is there anything else you'd like to say to all your fans out there?
Yes, I would. I'd like to tell everybody here in the U.S. and Europe and South America, Canada, Japan, everywhere, I'd like to tell you all that just be prepared, be ready. Ruthless is coming.
Okay, and we welcome Ruthless back. They've been away for 30 years, but they're coming back full throttle, just like they should. And once again, Sammy, it's been great talking to you. And the interview probably go up on our site probably in early first week or two of February. And I'll be sure to let your publicist Chip know the minute it does. But please keep my number, and anytime you want to do this, I'd love to talk to you again.
I will. I'll give you a call and invite you out to a couple shows.
I appreciate that, man. And you take care, okay? Thanks so much for doing this.
Jason,
bye-bye.
you.
Take care. Bye-bye.